Hi, today's good person to know is Chris Fells. He's Product Excellence Director at Yum Restaurant International, which also has KFC as one of their brands. And his talk was on how KFC has managed to stay in business for nearly 50 years. They are a $1 billion business here in the UK, and they have 870 restaurants, of which they own a third. And Chris spoke about how they innovate so that they can remain relevant for years to come. Chris boils it down to people, operations, food, restaurant, engagement and investment, and goes through each point. I was really quite surprised to hear how much effort goes into keeping this brand alive. From partnering with the right suppliers, changing their order points so they can interact with their customers quicker, and kitting out their joints so that customers can have a more enjoyable experience. If you want to know how to run a successful food business, then I really hope you find this video useful. So I hope you enjoy it, and thank you for watching.
Next year, KFC is going to be 50 years old in the UK. We are now a £1 billion turnover brand in the UK, so we're quite big. We have 870 restaurants, of which about a third of them are owned by the company. We currently sell about 490 million chicken products a year. Wow. And we sell to over 143 million customers. When you're innovating with a brand that sort of size, you have to be really careful that you don't lose your core DNA and the reasons why people love you and come to you in the first place. So we employ 24,000 people in the UK and Ireland. We have one of the lowest turnovers of staff in an industry that typically has very high turnover, so we currently run at about 55%. We work with 35 franchise partners, many of whom have been with us since we started in the UK, some of whom have been with us for just a year, some of which have just one restaurant, some have over 100 restaurants with us. So a whole variety of partners. So how did we get from 1965, where we had a single restaurant in the UK, to the business that we are now? We tend to look at everything through the lens of our people, through our operations, through our food, through our restaurants, and then how do we actually engage and communicate around that and the investment that we need to make. If you went back just 10 years ago to when I joined the brand, 13% of our restaurants didn't have a restaurant manager, and we were running at over 100% turnover of our team members. So we were very clear from the offset, and as we started to look at the brand that we wanted to be, that we had to fix our people and our culture first. Many people talk about the big secret of KFC being the original recipe, and even I don't know what goes into that. But we actually think internally the biggest secret is our people and our culture. Not many people know that we've been Britain's top employer for an unprecedented 3 years in a row, or that we've been listed in the Great Place to Work in the UK for 5 years on the trot. We pride ourselves on trying to create a framework that allows anyone that joins our business to grow and be the best they can be. Well, like many businesses, it's just getting more and more complicated. 10 years ago, if we had 35 area managers, each of those area managers was running their business as if it was their own. We worked hard on a consistent set of standards for our business, what we call our balanced scorecard, but it is a set of measures that runs from the bottom of our company to the top about what really matters to making certain that we have a great customer proposition and an economically successful proposition. When I joined the business, we were a chicken on the bone business, the iconic bucket that many of you will know. But increasingly, we're a sandwich business. We sell lots and lots of burgers. And we started to look at areas like the service propositions. This is what we're now rolling out into our restaurants, where we have a separate order and serve. We know that is quicker. And in our business, speed is important. Customers don't mind when they're interacting one-to-one with you, but they do mind when they're standing in a queue. So the faster we can get into the interaction, the better. Everyone recognises our iconic products, chicken on the bone and the bucket business, but the reality is we are constantly innovating that offer. Every year we run what we call 9 calendar windows. Everyone knows we're a fried business, it's in our name, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and we're proud of fried. But we recognise that health is a growing issue in the UK, and we want to have relevance beyond that. And so we started to look at ways that we could manage that and do it while staying true all the time to we're a chicken business. And so 5 years ago we were able to persuade our whole system to introduce ovens into all of our restaurants. That was a £10 million brand decision to do. And 2 weeks ago we launched our 3rd iteration of a non-fried product in our pulled chicken products that we hope will continue to give us relevance in a growing obesity debate as we go forward, but while still delivering great tasting chicken products. We're amongst the first of the quick service restaurants to put calories up on the menu boards for all of our products. That enables customers to make an informed choice with us. We have signed up to a number of the responsibility deals, which have had a mixed press, but is an attempt by the government to do the right thing, which takes there. And we take the deals that we signed up to very seriously. I found that we were dealing with exactly the same suppliers that I dealt with when I was at Sainsbury's. 2 very similar standards to the ones I was used to. They all have to be audited and approved on a routine basis, including unannounced audits. We have specifications for every product. We routinely beat products in from depot and sample them with our suppliers blind, so they don't know who supplied what. Transparency and confidence in our supply chain and in food has never been higher on the agenda. And so over the last couple of years we've worked hard on giving bigger visibility to the supply chain that we have, on trying to give some kind of assurance of the standards. So all of our fresh 9-piece chicken, which is UK sourced, is red trap chicken. So the vast majority of our estate is more like the drive-throughs we talk about. They do £25,000 a week, that have seating and that have a wide range of product offering in a much more contemporary interior that appeals to a broader range of consumers. We're really proud of the global relationship we have with the World Food Programme. We provide food to the hungry around the world. In the UK alone, we raise over £1 million through internal work and with our customers that goes towards them. So we formed a partnership with Bernardo's. It's an obvious brand match for us. And over the last few years we've had over 150 Bernardo's people come through our restaurants and get a start in their working life. Each year we spend £21 million developing new stores in the UK. We continue to think we may be at 870 restaurants, but we continue to believe we can build our typical 30 new restaurants a year. We want every person that works in our brand to be their best self. So we're currently looking at how we move our restaurant managers to being business managers. We'd love to be a 24-hour business. When you've got all the assets already fixed, the more you can leverage them, the better. Have an offering that's relevant in the middle of the morning or in the middle of the afternoon. We would love to be more contemporary. We would love to have seating that works just as well for a mum with kids as it does for someone that wants to just grab something and get out quickly, that a businessman feels comfortable having a meeting or doing their work in. We are looking for a more emotional connection with our consumers.